be a captain's mode game here. We've already gotten through a lot of the bans and the picks.
Remaining.
Looks like on the dire side we've got Team Katok, who have picked up a Spirit Breaker, Visage, Vengeful Spirit and Zeus. Looking like it's going to be Visage Venge support with the Anti-Mage they've just picked up as their carry, Zeus being on the mid lane, and that Spirit Breaker perhaps being in an off lane, more roaming role as soon as he reaches that level 6. That's exactly what they're going to want from this, or they could even take it dual lanes, however it works out best for them. On the Radiant side, found themselves Lion, a good support, strong crowd control in this patch. He's not a bad one to pick up straight away, and they have the Storm Spirit mid. Clockwork looks like he's going to be taking the off lane with the Jakiro. Now they're just waiting for the carry. Although potentially they could use the Jakiro as a carry, and they could pick up a second support here, whatever seems to work out for them. Their bans pretty standard. The Leshrac Queen of Pain ban from Team Katok, and Io Dirge on this Radiant team. Obviously not wanting to face the Wisp Dirge. Dirge being an incredibly strong hero in this patch. Seems they've just made some standard bans to try and stop the enemy team getting any kind of real advantage from the patch. Made them feel like they have to be more creative, and looks like the last pick is going to be coming this way soon. There's no reserve time left on the Radiant team. They've used it all up. And in terms of what we could actually be seeing from their carry, it has to be somebody who can make use of that ice path, the clockwork, the good crowd control, so they're not going to need any kind of stun. And it is a void pickup, which I nearly said, but of course. Nice standard carry can make good use of any space that can be created with the help of that ice path as well as the clockwork. The Jakiro also being a good hero with this void combo. He can get his liquid fire as well as the dual breath and the macropie off into that chronosphere, and it can give them some potentially good team fight as they head towards the bottom lane. The three of them probably going to head for this rune as soon as possible. Clockwork's got himself a ward, so he's going to be heading towards the top lane to try and ward this position. Probably just going to ward the camp if he can, stop them from getting any pulls off, which is going to prevent it from getting XP, but they're just going to head towards the runes. Zeus heading that way too, but the Storm Spirit's chosen to go towards the top, and Clockwork can spot them out here. He knows where they are, he's got the advantage. They're going to choose to put their ward above this rune mark. Clockwork puts it in a position which allows him to get the vision in case the mid is heading to his way. Spirit Breaker is just hiding here. They haven't spotted him in out. He's going to just be looking to soak up XP in this bottom lane. That's his main objective. And he's got a ward as well, but he's going to choose not to go and place it straight away, as on this top rune. Clockwork getting the cogs off to try and secure that rune, but he's not going to be able to. There's just the Storm Spirit and the Clockwork here, and the Visage Slow as well as the Zeus Arc Lightning is going to mean first blood on this rune. The four of them, the Venge Stun, Visage Slow, Anti-Mage right-clicked, everything getting off, as well as that Arc Lightning just managing to finish off that Clockwork. That is going to be a lovely first blood going the way of the Dire. And those cogs weren't enough to just secure that rune, which is what he wanted. Maybe being a little bit too greedy trying to get it. And it looks like we have got this Observer Ward down here. It's going to be in the position to stop the pull. Exactly what he wants when he's aiming for this XP. Of course, with the Spirit Breaker on your team, it opens you up to the opportunity to have a lot of safety potential. He's going to be able to have the charge, and when that comes, He might even be able to help Clockwork should he ever get into trouble, although it does mean travelling across the map. But of course, the TP charge isn't out of the options, so Jakiro's going to try, he's going to single pull this camp, and meanwhile they've got a double stack off on top lane. They're going to pull it away just to cause some trouble for those off laners, but at the same time the Clockwork pulls the hard camp towards his lane.
Denied.
So Spirit Breaker is just going to manage to get a few bits of XP off here. They're going to look for a kill on him as soon as they can. They've just Jakiro's leveled up that Liquid Fire just to get some extra harass off, keep him away from this lane. And the Clockwork is still on his level 1, but and the anti-mage is going to take these last hits however he can.
Gold for me.
Jakiro in his attempt to pull there has probably realised that it is in fact sentry warded. As the Spirit Breaker picks himself up this rune bounty at the bottom, and the top rune being picked up by the Zeus on an invis, and it means that Storm Spirit can't see him, and so the charge is coming in from the Spirit Breaker, who was hidden from the map, but he might be suspecting something. The mini stun comes off from the Zeus lightning, but the Spirit Breaker is going to cancel his stun at the last second as he spots the TP coming in from the line, and going to stun and hex onto the Zeus, and this means with the help of the Storm Spirit overcharge they're going to get this kill on this Zeus, exactly what they wanted. And the Spirit Breaker is going to sit around on this mid lane. Excellent TP rotation from the Lion there. Just they were suspecting the Spirit Breaker hadn't been around for a while. They hadn't seen the Zeus. The gank was probably coming, and from the top lane here comes a smoke. Vengeful Spirit and the Visage. They're just going to place down a sentry ward just to get some better vision around here in case there's any wards. They're going to stand on this high ground. They're going to look for the Storm Spirit whenever possible. They've managed to get themselves up here even under that ward vision, which means Clockwork is on his own, as well as it's the 1 versus 1 Clockwork anti-mage on the top lane. They don't know where these two heroes are, and the Storm Spirit is being very careful to keep on his side of the river and keep far to that right. Visage looks like he's going to head back towards the top, heading up the river where he can see the Clockwork, but Clock is just going to keep in a safe position. He's got himself that level 3, quite standard, whilst the anti-mage has got his Ring of Health and those 21 last hits. He's doing extremely well with this, but so is the Faceless Void. Still 1 for 1 in terms of kills. The Storm Spirit finds a haste rune, but they're going to spot him out as this Jakiro misses Ice Path onto it, and this haste rune is still there. Storm using his overcharge and the Remnant to try and get a few slows off on the Spirit Breaker, but choosing to head back towards the jungle and then back into the mid lane. On the top lane, Visage is going to be able to get a few harassment hits off on the Clockwork, but it's not doing as much as he'd hope. He's sitting on 3 armor, being quite tanky to these hits from the Visage, who only has around 56 points per hit. Lucius got himself a Soul Ring, gonna give him some extra sustainability in that lane, gonna let him get hits off whenever he wants to. Jakiro is getting some camps stacked to help his carry later on. They've spotted the Spirit Breaker who's heading into the shop, and now Lion's blocking him from coming in. He hexes him, and the Void coming as well, getting some hits off, but he's gonna charge out. Looks like he just charged towards the creep here, just as a way of being safe, getting away from where he was caught. The Jakiro rotates around the back. He hits the Liquid Fire off. Doesn't look like he's going to go for the Ice Path just yet, and opting not to do it. The Lion being on low mana, looks like they wouldn't be able to do much had they got it, but it's just creating more and more space for this Faceless Void. He's on level 5 here. The Spirit Breaker only being on level 3, and the Clockwork managing to pick up onto level 4. Zeus now has his level in the ultimate, and the Storm Spirit just catching it as well. He's opting to get these power treads as soon as he can, as the Spirit Breaker sits in this Roshan pit bot, just waiting for his charge to come back online. Looks like he could be trying to make a gank wherever possible. As he finds an invisibility rune, they won't have seen him pick that up. They don't have the vision, as Jakiro is going to look for it himself. And he sees the courier. He's going to reveal his invisibility by hitting it. And now he's charging back towards the creep on this bottom lane, just to get some more XP and farm as he's been revealed. And they're coming around onto the Storm Spirit, but he's got help. The Zeus is in crazy position, but he nearly manages to get the kill off on the Storm Spirit and using his ultimate, but the Storm was ball lightning at the time, which means he's not going to kill him, but they are going to, with the help of the Visage Slow, get the kill on the Jakiro. That Zeus lightning bolt and the Visage Slow getting the kill off successfully here. Venge is gonna stick around on this mid lane. She's only level 2, Visage level 3, and Lion level 4.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Jakiro
attack.
on 31 XP per minute. He's still level 2. Anti-Mage and Void neck and neck on their farm, although the Anti-Mage does have the advantage of some assist gold. But the Void has picked himself up, and Midas gonna be able to take him into that late game. As there's fighting on the bottom lane, the Vengeful Spirit already expended a stun, and the overcharge with the help of the Remnant is gonna be able to kill this, and the Ice Path isn't gonna be enough to save this Storm Spirit. Lion falling just before the camera was moved over there, but going to be a nice kill pickup on this Spirit Breaker, giving him some extra XP, which he needs. The Void now has level 7, he's got the point in the Chronosphere, and the Jakiro is constantly stacking these camps, just looking to get him some more farm wherever possible, and little in the way of stacking on the dire side actually for this Anti-Mage. But of course that Battle Fury is just going to accelerate his farm incredibly, and it looks like he's going to be able to pick it up at the earliest opportunities. He chooses to skip his boots for it. And now they can see the Clockwork's on low mana. Zeus is heading around the back. The Visage moving up the river slowly, and they get the vision on him. The Anti-Mage is tuned to blink in and using his ultimate as well as the Zeus ultimate manages to get this kill off on the Clockwork. It's gonna be worth it in the end for this Dire team, getting that strong kill off on the Clockwork. He's level 6 already, and the Spirit Breaker still sits on level 5, and the Clockworker will be able to make a lot more use of his abilities now. The Zeus is heading, so is the Spirit Breaker, but he chooses to cancel his charge at the last second. 2 TPs come onto this mid lane. Zeus using his lightning bolt to get the stuns off. Clockwork does have his hook shot available. He's going to find it onto this Zeus and uses the cogs and catches both of them inside of it. And with the help of those right clicks and the Lion using the Ice Path and everything, it's just going to get this kill on the Zeus and Spirit Breaker, exactly what they needed. Venge, Visage and Anti-Mage now pushing onto this top tower. Looks like they're going to move it as 2 TPs coming in from the Lion and from the Void, who does have the Chronosphere, using the Hex and the stun onto the Anti-Mage as Void uses the Chrono on all 3 of them. The Clockworkers come in as well and used his thing, and the Anti-Mage is going to live on 20 HP here. And the Visage is going to get the kill off on the Lion, who was on incredibly low HP. The Void's right clicks are not doing enough at this stage. As the Clockwork is now caught out looking for the Anti-Mage, the Zeus ultimate comes out, and it's gonna get the kill. Clockwork is gonna regret walking that far in, and Zeus is gonna find a kill on the Jakiro as well.
I'm over here.
Now the Storm Spirit very low, and the charge is coming in, and he tries to TP out, but not going to find it. That bash is just going to stop him from doing anything. And now Dire with very aggressive wards onto this top and middle lane, with the Radiant only keeping those defensive wards, especially over this rune, as they have the bottle on the Storm Spirit. They're going to look for that sustain whenever they can. Visage picking up your standard Tranquil Boots and Medallion here. Medallion going to help a lot with those right clicks, especially with the Venge Wave of Terror. The minus armor from that being very good as well. Anti-Mage has got himself a Claymore, and he's just got his Broadsword as well. That's going to be all the parts he needs for his Battle Fury, picking it up at around 11 minutes here. A nice time, and Spirit Breaker, all four of them heading here, but this Radiant Observer Ward's going to give them the vision they need. Jakiro can see them, he's got the Ice Path available, the line abilities available, but still no ultimate. He's not reached level 6 yet as the Spirit Breaker is charging.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Onto this mid lane here. Looks like he is heading towards the Storm Spirit, but choosing not to do it. They know there's a number of heroes in this woods, and it's a 4v4 now, as the Clockwork does have his hookshot available. He's going to look to catch anyone out with it, and the Shakira gets the Ice Path, but there's no follow-up from the Clockwork.
Dire's bottom tower.
Unsure of how many heroes around the Visage slow, and the Zeus Lightning Bolt as well as the ultimate, getting it off, and now the Spirit Breaker charge has switched onto the Lion, but he uses the stun just in time to prevent himself from dying. Clockwork, he's got his hook shot available, also has the cogs.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Do it with flair.
And it looks like they're going to try and defend this mid tower as best as they can.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Zeus getting the wave clear off, he spots the Clockwork again, hits off as Visage is rotating around the back with the Familiars, keeping them healed up by using their ability now as the Void is going to keep farming. The Anti-Mage heads into the woods with that Battle Fury. He's got himself the boost of speed now, going to be looking to pick up his power treads whenever he can. And now they're attacking the Radiant build, tier 1. There's only the Jakiro and the Clockwork here as the Lion moves in slowly, and Zeus is going to get the auto attacks off and kill this tier 1 tower as the second tower falls down, and they're also going to use this as an opportunity to smoke Venge, Visage and Zeus all in the smoke. They're going to look for this Faceless Void. They don't have the ward vision anyway, but with the help of this smoke, he's just going to head into the woods. They've not found him yet, and they're not going to find him anyway. They're just standing around in this position. They can't see him on the creep wave. The smoke is about to expire as Venge is walking around, but they're just missing him on that one camp as Jakiro, as they found on the reveal on the smoke, and Venge has in fact found Void, but Void is going to hit him as the Zeus ultimate comes out, and they're going to use the Visage to help kill that Jakiro and the Lion, and the Void is running away as best as he can, but they're all coming in now. Two good kills on the side of the Dire. That smoke helped them to trick these supports into walking up here as the Storm Spirit jumps away. They're going to look for this tier 1 bottom as well. Looks like two teleports coming in. Ice Path is going to be apparent as the Spirit Breaker jumps away. The Void is also here using the Visage Familiars to get stuns. It's a 3v3. Void does have his Chronosphere available, but still no Lion ult, it appears, as Zeus going to use his lightning bolt and get a few hits off. And Jakiro is just going to die to the Familiars, walking too far, and the Void uses the Chronosphere, but he's not going to catch anyone on the Storm Spirit, TPing in and jumping in, using his Rev to get the catches, but the Zeus is going to use the lightning bolt to kill onto his Faceless Void as the Spirit Breaker charges in. He's going to find the kill on the Lion by hitting him at that last second as the Storm Spirit considers jumping back in to help the Clockwork, who did hook shot and used the cogs in, but proving to be ineffective against this enemy team. The Storm Spirit going to be the only one walking away here. They don't even need the Anti-Mage at this point. They're just taking complete control of this game as 1400 gold going their way. It's going to give them an even bigger advantage than before. Jakiro just getting the Ice Pass off on this Anti-Mage, but there's no follow-up. It's just him on his own, just trying to stop him from pushing further into this tower, as it looks like the Dire are going to find this tier 1 on the bottom lane.
Bottom tower has fallen.
3 towers gone the way of the Dire side, and the Radiant not even picking up one. As they start rotating around here. They spotted the line on his own. The Spirit Breaker charge. He's not seen it. He's got his ultimate as well, but the Hex coming out at the last second. Jakiro trying to get in the range for the Grave Chill, but not getting it, as he has in fact upgraded that medallion to the Solar Crest. Ven's just having the boots of speed, being this poor support here. Void's got a Morbid Mask, probably looking to upgrade it into a Mask of Madness. As the Anti-Mage has finally got his treads, and he's going to look for Vlad's as soon as possible. The Storm can see him. He might just choose to pull him, catch him out whenever he can, as
Let the fun
Zeus
begin.
gets the kill
Zip
off
zap.
on the Jakiro,
Whoa,
and
what'd I
then
miss?
getting the kill on the line.
Looking for
The
me.
Storm Spirit jumps in, getting that
My
healthy kill off
soul
onto the Anti-Mage, exactly what they wanted.
With flair.
They knew he was around, and now he's on such low mana. He's not going to be able to get away. Here comes the charge. But the Clockwork manages to hook shot onto the Zeus at the last second, which stuns him. But Zeus gets the lightning bolt off, and the Ant Lightning at the same time to stop him from killing him. He caught Zeus in those cogs, which is going to let Zeus get a kill, and ending the mega streak for him. 926 gold going this Clockwork's way.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And the Storm Spirit, although he died from the Zeus Lightning Bolt Arc Lightning combo, that is a huge kill on the Zeus. They're going to be very pleased with that, as it just helps them even their deficit a little bit, stop it from going further in Dire's favour here. On the top lane, Anti-Mage getting these hits off with the Battle Fury. Gonna look for him whenever possible. Void is gonna jump in the Chronosphere, but the blink is just in time, saving him from this as the teleports are coming in. The Visage is here, the Zeus is here, Anti-Mage has got his blink available, and the Venge has also jumped in, but it's too slow as the Spirit Breaker charge but stops, and the Clockwork Cog slowing them down a bit. Jakiro Ice Path also stopping them down, but the Spirit Breaker's going to jump in and use his ultimate, but he's going to be caught out here by the Storm Spirit. But the Zeus ultimate comes in and hits so many heroes. The Visage hitting him, and the Zeus Lightning and the Arc Lightning doing its work. So much damage coming out by way of the Dire. They've just got that magic damage they need, and the Spirit Breaker jumping in. He is going to lose his life.
Radiant's top
But
tower
that Zeus
is under
ultimate
attack.
is level 2, doing so
Dire's
much
middle
damage
tower
with the
is under
help of
attack.
the Zeus Aghanim Scepter. It's just controlling this team completely, and
Radiant's
this lightning
top
bolt
tower has fallen.
doing so much work with those clumped together heroes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Grave Chill also proving to be very helpful to this Dire team. And the Lion, in fact, did get his ultimate off on that Spirit Breaker, and that is going to be how he died, but a worthy sacrifice for the amount of kills they managed to pick up. Anti-Mage is going to be sitting on 8.7k now, and the Zeus just about reaching 9k. Compare that to the around 7k on both the Void and the Storm Spirit and the other team, and you can see a clear difference. They're not far from each other here in this jungle, but the Anti-Mage is farming incredibly well. It's 19 minutes 30, and this, with the help of the Solar Crest, looks like they're going to try and pick up a Roshan when. And it looks like they're not aware that they're doing it. They do, in fact, have an Observer Ward, but it's just on the outside, and they might have seen that Venge jump there, and the Void does have the Chronosphere available. He's going to jump in, and he's going to Chrono right at the right second to be able to pick up the Aegis, but he's not going to go, and he has snatched it. What an excellent Chronosphere. There's the Zeus, uses his ultimate, and now the Storm Spirit jumping in and using the and the Anti-Mage just getting hits off, and 3 heroes going to fall by way of the Dire. Now the Visage is stuck on the cliff, going to use the slow and the Grave Chill on this Faceless Void. As now the Lion and Void jumping away as fast as they can and using the Hex appropriately on this blinking Anti-Mage, but the Zeus going to get the Lightning Bolt off. What a Chronosphere. Incredible. Incredible Chronosphere. Just a shame that that just went entirely in the Dire's favour. Even with the Chronosphere, the Zeus just had his Thunder God's Wrath and the Lightning Bolt hits, as well as the Soul Assumption from the Visage. It was just all perfect. Not enough CC from the Lion to stop him, and the Anti-Mage, of course, came in at the last second to shut down any competition, and that was they needed that kind of play from the Chronosphere, but in the end, it not doing what they wanted it to. Spirit Breaker now, he's going to turn towards the Clockwork, he's going to be found, doesn't manage to catch the Ice Path, but it does stop the charging Spirit Breaker. As he's also found the Void in an awkward position here as the Zeus is running. They want to find the kill on this carry. He's got the Lightning Bolt available as the Storm Spirit heads, but he's going to use that Time Warp to just jump away, and the Storm Spirit is going to jump away towards the Zeus, going aggressively as he knows the Jakiro's right behind him. The Ice Path is coming in and the Macro Pyre, but not enough DPS to do it, and the Faceless Void's going to die to this Zeus, but the Lion using his ultimate at the same time to kill him. Clockwork is going to survive on barely any HP as the Soul Assumption was used on the Storm Spirit to get the kill off, as the Jakiro slowly running away now. He's been Urn charged as well. The Visage is going to help however he can, and Visage getting the kill off onto this Lion, and Spirit Breaker hitting onto the Jakiro, just getting those bash hits off. The Ice Path wasn't enough to stop him as they're just going to push into all the towers as best as they can.
Radiant's middle tower has
grabbing
fallen.
that middle tower as they're going to look to go high ground whenever they can. They have in fact lost that Roshan, so they're not going to have that available to them if they want to push that high ground. It's still, it doesn't sit on the Faceless Void anymore, but he has popped the Aegis, and it's going to be a while until the next Roshan, so maybe they'll wait, just farm up a bit before they try and go up onto that high ground. There isn't much in terms of real AoE teamfight abilities that can stop them from jumping up onto this. Like, you haven't got the Enigma Black Hole or various abilities or the Tidehunter Ravage to stop them from really pushing up, and they do have the help of the Familiars and that Solar Crest should they want to push up onto the high ground here. And they may choose to go for it whenever possible should they get a pick off. Clockwork is building towards that Aghanim's nowhere near it yet though. Void does in fact have the Mask of Madness and an Ogre Club. Looks like he's building towards a BKB as the Anti-Mage does have his Yasha as well. Storm Spirit has the Orchid. Venge's going to get some vision here by use of this Haste Rune. She sees the Jakiro and the Storm Spirit just getting the Wave of Terror off as the Zeus is coming in. The Spirit Breaker is charging onto the top lane and the Anti-Mage is here, and with the help of the Zeus ultimate, it's just going to end up in this death of the Jakiro as the Storm Spirit just zapping away as far as possible. He knows that the Spirit Breaker is on the way, but he's found the Lion as instead, who is on incredibly low HP. The Anti-Mage is just blinking and using his ultimate, and that's going to mean an easy kill as the Storm Spirit finds his way back to base. And there's 4 heroes here on the Dire side towards the mid lane. Roshan is going to be up in 3 minutes 40 seconds. They might wait for it. And the Clockwork sending
Radiant's
out the
bottom tower is under attack.
Getting some extra vision, and they managed to see those 4 heroes.
Homing in.
As the Anti-Mage teleports bottom, they're going to look to take this bottom tier 2 tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They are going to be
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
As they get a few observer wards down in the enemy jungle, just going to halt their farm as best as they can, farming it as they move out. Roshan not going to be up for another 2 minutes. Still what they're looking for. They do have the Void Chronosphere. Clockwork's going to be about 800 gold away from that Agnum Scepter, which might help them a bit. It looks like Storm Spirit is going to build towards his BKB as he jumps in and finds the Visage. He's going to use his overcharge to get the abilities down as they catch him in the macro fire, but they can see the rest of the team is coming, and the Zeus ulti is going to be enough to kill him and the Jakiro. As now there's Lion trying to get his stun off, but he misses it. And they're just going to push here. There's 2 heroes down. There's only the buyback available on the Jakiro. There's none on the Storm Spirit, which means they might opt to go up onto this high ground. Clockwork using the cogs to stop them from getting up as best as he can, but they've got so much wave clear here, they're just gonna go for it. They are aware of the Void Chronosphere. Zeus just using the Lightning Bolt to try and get some vision. They can see the Void. Spirit Breaker gonna go aggressive, jumping in onto the Void, but he's gonna jump away from this. The Anti-Mage jumps in using the Manta style and the stuns, getting off the Clockwork coming in as well with the Chronosphere hitting onto him as on here the Jakiro is getting hit. And the Anti-Mage is swapped away by the Venge as the Spirit Breaker pops his BKB, he starts hitting, Jakiro is brought back, Clockwork is down, the Storm Spirit is back though, who silences the Zeus, and he can't manage to use any of his abilities. The Zeus ultimate is going to be off cooldown in around 2 seconds, which is going to be very helpful should they choose to come back out into this fight. The Jakiro Ice Path. They do hit this tier 3, and Storm Spirit jumps in, he gets the Zeus, pulls him and gets the kill off the Anti-Mage using his ultimate. It's not going to be enough to stop him as Visage taking a lot of hits. He's got the Soul Assumption, the Anti-Mage getting this kill off with the help of that Soul Assumption. Using the slow on this Jakiro, they want to catch him before he gets into this base, and the Soul Assumption still available, but he's going to use it on the Storm Spirit. It's not going to kill him as the Clockwork jumps in, uses the cogs, and now they're going to find a kill on 2 heroes, and it's going to cost the Clockwork, but it looks like the Spirit Breaker is going to get away. No, the Lion using his stun, and that's going to be enough damage to kill him. There's 4 heroes lost on the Dire and 4 lost on the Radiant, but a very costly fight for the Radiant anyway, but 4.4k gold going back towards that Radiant team, but isn't going to be enough to cause any real comeback yet, as they have lost their racks as well. Pause up for a second.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Taking a look at the game again. Spirit Breaker charging towards mid, probably just using it to get closer to the Storm Spirit. He might even commit to this. The anti-mage is nearby, and if he gets the bash off, they're gonna be able to kill him. There's the Manta style, and the Zeus ultimate manages to get the kill off on this Storm Spirit. Another good kill. He was on a killing spree. A lot of gold going their way for that kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Anti-Mage now chipping away at this tier 3 tower on the top lane.
Radiant's middle
Doesn't
tower
have the
is under
Manta
attack.
style, it's on cooldown. The Jakiro
Radiant structures
sending
are
out his
fortified.
liquid fire, but the charge from the Spirit Breaker is going to hit him. He does use the one charge, and the Vengeful Spirit swaps him out to help him from the Chronospheres. Void manages to get the kill off on this Venge. And Spirit Breaker is going to hit the lion who was fighting around in the background. Clockwork using his jump in and the cogs, but not finding any kills from it. They just got the one kill on that Venge as they're going to carry on pushing in. Hitting these mid racks at first. Void jumps in, he's going to get a few hits off on the Spirit Breaker, manages to get the bash, which is going to kill him as they continue to chip away at this tier 3 tower on the mid lane. The Storm Spirit jumps in, gets the pull off onto this Visage, using his overcharge to try and get kills as the Anti-Mage tries to use his ultimate, but the Storm Spirit popping his BKB at the last second. That's not going to save him completely from the Anti-Mage right clicks, and now the Soul Assumption as well as the Anti-Mage ultimate being able to kill. And they're going to get these racks, as they call, the GG here, and the kills on the Lion.
Radiant's middle barracks are under
Making
attack.
them fall now, and they're getting the kills off on these mid barracks.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Flares here.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Just chipping away whenever they can. Looks like this Radiant team falling the GG. They're going to sit in base. They're going to grab this Ancient here.
How's it going?
A good
Radiant's
play
ancient
from
is under
both
attack.
teams, but overall looks like there was just better strength in the Dire. They're going to use the Chrono to get the kill on this
Radiant's
Anti-Mage here.
ancient
Just
is under
Constellation
attack.
kills as the
Dire
Ancient
victory.
falls, and that's a GG. Well played from both teams. This Team Katok just proving to be a better strength. This farming Anti-Mage did incredibly well, but the early game team fight, the Spirit Breaker Visage Zeus was just so strong. He got that Axe in such a quick timing that it just ruined the whole enemy team getting those kills off, and Jakiro on the line got to the point where they'd take the damage and then they'd have to go home. And that would be it. And that's a GG. It's a strong game. Even though the Faceless Void had this Midas, it is a 32-minute GG, which means it's not been able to be as effective as he might have hoped. 2 kills, 4 deaths, 4 assists. Little in the way of fighting. His Chronosphere was just lacking in what he really wanted it to do, and this Storm Spirit, having perhaps the most farm on the Radiant side, just couldn't carry the whole team and create enough space for the Faceless Void. The Zeus just causing too much damage, and this Anti-Mage, look at his GPM, 736, 848 XBPM, exactly what you want from an Anti-Mage to be farmed up at this 32-minute mark. And for the Faceless Void to opt for the Magus instead of the early game team fight could have potentially been a mistake. Maybe they should have been looking to shut this Anti-Mage down more in the early game. And even if it had gotten to around the 40-minute mark, the Void would have been far more effective with his team fight items. He didn't even need that Midas to take him to the late game. It was just far too greedy of an item choice, in my opinion. But overall a good game. They did look like they might have got back a few points, but obviously they didn't have enough to defend their bases appropriately.